Welcome to Storied Audio. Liam Whitaker was 23 and floating through life with the ease of someone who hadn't been tested yet. Fresh out of college with a degree in media studies and a part-time gig editing videos for local businesses, he spent his days in his small apartment, dreaming about breaking into filmmaking. His nights were filled with scrolling, gaming, and dodging the subtle nudges from his older sister, Julia, to do something meaningful. Julia was 32, assertive, pragmatic, and had always taken on a kind of motherly role since their parents divorced a decade ago. She had her own apartment, a stable job in corporate marketing, and a small circle of close friends she saw often, many of whom Liam had never really met until one summer Saturday changed everything. That afternoon, Julia hosted a casual get-together at her place. Her apartment was alive with music, wine, and laughter by the time Liam arrived, late as usual. He wore a worn navy hoodie and jeans, figuring it would be just a handful of Julia's co-workers complaining about managers. Then he saw her. Madeline was standing in the kitchen with a wine glass in hand, dressed in a loose linen blouse tucked into high-waisted jeans. Her dark brown hair cascaded in soft waves around her shoulders. She wasn't trying to be noticed, but Liam noticed her like a sudden shift in gravity. He stood there for a moment, unsure whether to approach or just keep staring like an idiot. Julia noticed and rolled her eyes. "Liam, come say hi. This is Maddie." Maddie turned, her expression kind and curious. "So you're the famous little brother," she said, extending her hand. "I've heard about your short films." Liam hesitated for a second, surprised she even knew about his hobby, then took her hand. "Yeah, that's me." "Madeline," she said, "but call me Maddie." She smiled warmly. "I used to live next door to Julia back in college. We've been friends forever." "And now you're crashing her party," Julia added, smirking. "She just moved back from Seattle." "Long story." Maddie shot her a look. "Yes, a long and boring story. Let's not scare him off right away." They laughed, and Liam felt himself relax. Over the next hour, they kept finding themselves in the same corner of the room. Maddie asked him about his editing work, his favorite directors, his dreams. She wasn't just politely listening, she was genuinely interested. And Liam couldn't believe how easy it was to talk to her. No games, no pretense, just real conversation. As the party dwindled and guests began to leave, Julia pulled him aside. "You're not seriously flirting with Maddie, are you?" "What?" "No," Liam lied quickly. "Just talking. She's 30, Liam. Divorced." "She's not." He stopped, exhaling. "I don't know. Just be careful." "Why?" he asked defensively. "Because I'm younger, or because she's your friend?" "Both," Julia said flatly, though her concern was laced more with protectiveness than judgment. But Liam didn't listen. Over the following weeks, he and Maddie began texting. At first it was casual, memes, movie recommendations, comments about life. Then it evolved. They met up for coffee, then dinner, then long walks where time disappeared and they confessed fears, ambitions, and secrets. Maddie opened up about her failed marriage. She had married young at 24 to a tech entrepreneur in Seattle who valued success more than intimacy. The divorce had been emotionally draining, but freeing. "You ever feel like you've lived a whole life just to realize it wasn't yours?" she asked once during a late-night phone call. "All the time," Liam replied. "Except I'm still trying to figure out what mine even is." Their connection grew slowly, carefully, beautifully, but not without hesitation. "You're too young," Maddie said once as they stood beneath a flickering street lamp after dinner. "You deserve someone without baggage." "Age isn't everything," he said. "I don't care about your past. I care about you." She looked at him with eyes that were both hopeful and afraid. "You say that now, but what happens when I want things you're not ready for?" "Like what?" She hesitated. "A real relationship, stability, maybe even children." He reached out, gently touching her hand. "Then we figure it out together." That night they kissed. They kept their relationship secret, partly because it was still fragile, and partly because they both feared how Julia would react. Maddie had always been like an older sister to her, and dating her younger brother felt like a betrayal. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. One evening, Julia invited Liam over for dinner. Maddie was there too. What was supposed to be casual quickly grew tense. Maddie seemed nervous. Liam kept sneaking glances her way. Julia noticed. When Maddie got up to help in the kitchen, Julia turned to him. Okay, what's going on? Nothing, he said too quickly. You've been weird around her for weeks. Spill it. He sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. We've been seeing each other. Julia blinked. What? We didn't plan it. It just happened. And I care about her. A lot. Her expression hardened. Liam, she's 30. You're 23. That's not just an age gap, that's a life gap. She's my friend. This is messy. I know, he said quietly. But it's real. Julia leaned back, arms crossed, eyes stormy with concern. I'm not mad. I just don't want either of you to get hurt. The following months tested them. Maddie pulled away at times, afraid of judgment, from friends, from family, from herself. Liam pushed back, frustrated by the secrecy. They argued. Sometimes they didn't talk for days, but they always came back to each other. It wasn't lust. It wasn't rebellion. It was something deeper, a connection that felt like it had always been there, waiting. One day, Maddie invited Liam to a small local screening of an indie film. After the credits rolled and the lights came up, he turned to her. I want to make something like this. I want to tell real stories, raw ones, the kind that make people feel something. She smiled. Then do it. You make me believe I can. She leaned in and whispered, That's because I know you can. By fall, things were different. Julia had reluctantly accepted the relationship, though not without a few more lectures. Maddie started a new job teaching creative writing at a local community center, and Liam began freelancing more seriously, even submitting a short film to a city festival. One crisp October evening, they sat on the balcony of Maddie's apartment, wrapped in a blanket, watching the city lights shimmer. You ever regret it? Liam asked softly. Us. Maddie leaned against him. Never. Even if it ends one day. I'll never regret loving you. He kissed her forehead, pulling her closer. It won't end. She looked up, eyes shining. You're really not afraid of the future? I'm terrified, he admitted. But I want it with you. In time, their relationship wasn't defined by their ages, their pasts, or what others thought. It was defined by quiet mornings with shared coffee, by creative nights brainstorming film ideas and reading poetry, by the resilience they built through judgment and fear. Love, they learned, isn't about timelines or expectations. It's about choosing each other every day. And that's what they did, over and over. Sometimes, the best love stories are the ones that don't follow the rules. Subscribe to the channel for more audio stories.